In some of my other videos, I mentioned taking some classes by Outlook Development, and one of these classes, they passed around a basket of leaves and everybody picked one out. And they asked us to give our leaf a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. And they didn't really tell us what to rate our leaf on. So I looked at this leaf that I had picked, and it had some bug bites, it had some, tears on it. It was turning a little bit orange in the fall, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with this beautiful leaf. I thought about what has this leaf done, to earn its value, to earn a 10. I thought about the purpose of this leaf's existence, and it was just to help provide nutrients for the tree, to pull in light, to give shade, to provide beauty for people who walked past the tree. This little leaf, it didn't have a super significant role to fill, but this leaf was a perfect 10 as far as I was concerned. I mean, the purpose of this leaf had been fulfilled by the leaf. You know that phrase that people use that nobody's perfect, and they throw it out, just to give you the benefit of the doubt. It's okay, we understand you're not perfect. Well, what if the truth is actually the opposite? That everyone is perfect exactly the way they are. If you see other people as this beautiful, perfect creation, I mean, what a world that would be. Because we're so programmed with this concept of good and bad, not only do we label our experiences as good and bad and the rest of the world as good and bad, but we look at the parts of ourselves and label them as good and bad. But what if you think of yourself as a painting, this beautiful, intricate masterpiece woven together with lights and darks? It's like we're looking at these paintings and saying that you can only paint with the color white, and that any other shade is getting into this bad, evil territory that you don't want to use, that you don't want to have in your life, that you don't want to paint with. I think perfection is this obscure concept that you can't have any variety or variation of anything. But without light and shadow, you have no contrast. You have no beauty. If you look at a painting on canvas, you can see that without the shadows, there is no painting. That the light and the dark works together to create this masterpiece. That these things that you might consider shadows or darks in yourself are beautiful, that they're part of the whole, that they are part of you, they are part of your perfection. You are a beautiful piece of creation of intricately woven lights and darks. Without your darks, there would be no perfection. And just like the leaf that didn't have to do anything special to earn its perfect 10, you are perfection. You are creation in its most beautiful form. When you think about movies that you love, and pretty much any movie that's worth watching, if it was just a movie where everybody had a perfect happy life with no problems, what kind of story would that be? If none of the characters in the movie had any flaws, they were all perfect, how would this be a movie that anyone would want to see? If you can handle a little dark humor and a little swearing, there is an amazing movie that changed my perspective on this topic, and it's called Life Itself. But without giving away any of the movie, the concept that was so profound to me is the idea that everything that is good that has happened to you in your life, that you see as good, actually came about through a series of events, many of which you might consider to be bad things. But because of all of those things that happened, it brought you to this one moment or this one place of good things. Shortly after I saw this movie and was thinking about this concept, we actually had a $600 road bike stolen from our garage. So as I was thinking about this concept, I imagined the person who ended up with the bike riding down this beautiful trail with the wind in their hair and just feeling so much happiness and joy riding on this bike. And I realized that anytime something might happen to a person that seems like a bad thing, getting your bike stolen, it might end up being a good thing to another person. And that anytime you look a little bit deeper at something that you might consider to be bad, you will find good. And when you think about life in terms of energy, energy is a wave. And it's like we're looking at this wave and we're drawing a line down the middle, and we're labeling the upper part of the wave good, and we're labeling everything on the lower part of the wave bad. But the truth is that this wave is all one whole, that the good and the bad are inseparable. We're trying to avoid the lower half of the wave when it's just part of the whole. It's part of reality. Every good thing that you have in your life is intricately connected to all of the other things that happened before it. So everything that you have that you consider to be good in your life is attached to things that you might consider to be bad. What if this entire sequence of events is beauty? The reality is that we're on this wave, whether we like it or not, and that goodness and happiness and joy and love can be found in all parts of this wave, even in the parts of the wave that we have labeled as bad. The darkness and the shadows and the colors in you that you might consider to be bad, I'm here to tell you that they're not, that they're beautiful, that you are perfect exactly the way you are. What do you guys think of this concept? Do you think that it's healthy for us to be thinking in terms of right and wrong, good and bad? What do you think of this idea that it's all one whole, that it's a color wheel, it's a big huge spectrum of color, and that the whole entire wheel is perfect and beautiful? Leave a comment, and I hope to see you in the next video.